like Pearl is one of the few people on YouTube, the few women on YouTube who will say like repeal the 19th. She's kind of an extremist in that way.
Why did I don't know what happened with her. I don't know the
Well,
story.
no, she's had a story arc too. So like first she was just a regular YouTuber doing, all kind of simple content. Then she found relationship stuff and it kind of hit her stride. And then she had a big channel, started doing like a lot of like live panels, like in-house panels, and a lot of black folk were on those panels. So she kind of started tapping into a black audience, and she started doing like the Lapeef Network, the Chitlin Circuit. It blew up, and then it all backfired, and it blew up in her face, and she kind of got attacked racially. This white lady got all these slaves working for her. Oh, my Africans, all this stuff. And then she had Nick Fuentes on, and they dared talk about slavery. And so all the black folk got offended. Next thing you know, her channel's getting strike, and all her channels are demonetized. She was only making money off YouTube and maybe on Twitter or something like that. Maybe on Rumble, I don't know. But the point is, she kind of messing with niggas almost killed her career. And so now she's come back as
I blame Anton. No, that nigga Anton. Look, this nigga done brought all type of effery into all the spaces. He brought in Pearl. He now he got Myron Gaines all up on his dick and all that stuff. Man, look, man, this dude has destroyed the space, what it mean, and all that stuff. So I blame I blame Pearl. I blame Anton.
What do you mean, man? He didn't destroy the space with that. And here's the thing with Pearl, David. One thing you're missing, bro, is that Pearl said it herself, and I watched it. And Pearl's just like us. When you deal with hundreds of women, interview them and talk to them, you realize that women ain't shit. You realize how evil most women are. You realize, like, damn, maybe my mama won't shit. That's what happened to Pearl. Well, of course, she got her, Pearl got her nigga moment. Yeah, that was one thing. But her extreme moment was realizing that, damn, women want to kill their babies. Women celebrate like the chick you played, the old music artist. You're celebrating the fact she had 5 abortions with the other lady who had 5. That's what Pearl realized. Like, oh my God, most of these women out here like evil bitches rise up.
Oh,
all right, that's what we're gonna do. No, you got to finish your thought.
No, I was just like, wow. I guess I just hadn't kept up enough. I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't even know she was still around. But from what I'm hearing, it seems like she's been quite divisive, even amongst the black dudes, because I'm seeing a lot of comments of people like, man, they.
After she dropped,
she's not even really loved by the white manosphere though. That's the crazy thing. Even the white manosphere don't really fuck with her like that. Like Rollo and all of them, like she didn't really get love like that.
She paid the toll. That's the reason why Hood. She had to pay the toll. She wanted to hang with N-words all day, make money off of them. So they told her, like, you stay over there with them N-words. You pay the toll.
And you know what?
Bro, that ain't what happened. Stop making up shit, bro.
Well, no. Stop, Trey. Stop. Trey, let me get this out, and then you can say whatever. But I hadn't factored that into the equation. But white guys are quietly cold like that. So the fact that she did have a black boyfriend way back in the day, and it's like common knowledge with pictures of him and all that, I think a lot of white guys might look at her like, you are just not worth helping. And they might not even be on some like pro-white national stuff. It's just something deep into the bones of a white man, like she's corrupted. I wouldn't even. And that might literally be it.
Let me tell you real quick.
Look, every white dude, they admit it or not, they like the father from Jungle Fever, the Italian father from Jungle Fever. If you mess with them N-words, you one of them N-words.
Man, let me tell you something, bro. You from Chicago, bro, so y'all all segregated up there. The rest of the world, man, Pearl still got a loyal millions of followers of white boy simps out there. They call into her show every night crying and stepping to her. That, you just got the version of white boys that are just like the black dudes on YouTube that, want to bring black women back to the table. Those are the white boys that like went against her. But in the end, like I said, it wasn't a black thing. Because remember, if you do any content or you do anything black, or just because I got black skin color, black people try to include you with them. That's Pearl. That's what that was Pearl's mistakes of dealing with the monkeys. But in the end, it goes right along with Crystal and Harrison was saying. She realized, oh shit, women ain't shit, but she can't admit it. She's still trying to keep the bag. She's, like Davis Hood said, waving this white flag around, but she ain't gonna come straight out and say, look, the reason the men ain't coming back is because y'all hoes ain't shit.
I mean, she kind of tap danced and tiptoed up to the edge, but she didn't go ham like the way we go ham in the manosphere. But that being said, I want to play some of her videos so we can comment directly.
Now, say what you want about Andrew Tate, and I have, but ignoring why his message reached millions of young men is like blaming the smoke alarm instead of asking where the fire started.
Only 2 tables nearby seemed to hold actual dates. The rest were groups of women, or women alone, each one occupying her space with quiet confidence. No shrinking, no waiting, no apologizing. That night marked something. Not a heartbreak, but an unveiling. A sense that what I'd been experiencing wasn't just personal misalignment. It was something broader, cultural, a slow vanishing of presence.
We should have been paying closer attention. Not because every guy in America has suddenly become red-pilled, but yeah, kinda. Well,
Has every guy in America suddenly become red-pilled?
Hell no.
Not yet.
Man,
Not
most
yet. Here's
dudes
the
out
thing.
here.
It wasn't even sudden though. Like, it's been a process. There's nothing sudden about it.
Man, look here, man. Most dudes out here are still big old simps. Ain't no red pill. They'll fight you on it. They'll shoot you on it. They'll still want to go fight for a woman who got jumped by some freaking Latinos in a parking lot in Queens. That's what the heck most dudes are at out here. They still making all these "we gotta protect black women" videos. Hell no, man. Most dudes out here are simps.
Hey,
One more thing. The last thing is this. The reason you thinking daggone it, most dudes are red pilled because the men women want. Those are the dudes that are red pilled. These dudes that are still simps, they all up in these hoes' inboxes.
I agree with you. Now I agree with you, but guess what? Everything that you had just said is still in play. I agree with you. You're right. The thing is, though, it has been going on less pre-2020. If you go ahead and compare 2020 up until now, a lot of dudes ain't as blue pill as you think. Even the so-called simps. And
I just think they got different outlets now. Video games, doing stuff with their homies, sports. They got no other options. Porn, get freaking rejected at the club, or just chill to myself, watch some anime.
Hey, that's still red pill though. I mean, they might not directly go after the chick. They might not be out here saying F these hoes, but like you just said, they use different avenues. Like, oh, you know what? Instead going out to the club, actually trying to participate in this fair society with they so-called messed up expectations. I'll keep my money and my ball at home and play with my video game and save all my money. That's as basically as red pill you can get on the safe side.
I'm with it.
So now I have a
Freeman's Journal.
question then.
Oh,
go ahead, Freeman.
Oh,
Well,
is
I
that
just wanted to bring
SKC?
Freeman. Yeah. Sorry, we can't see each other right now. I'm kind of,
Shout out to SKC. What up, y'all? What up?
Yeah, I wanted to get Freeman Journal in here real quick before we move the conversation down too far. What's going on, man?
Hey, everything good. Yeah, like I was saying before, man, it's just the apathy is setting in, right? Like, because men never adjusted. They have actually, no, I'll take that back. In the quote unquote gender war, right? As you move away from marriage, what happened? What is that? The pickup artists, right? Pickup artists came in, right? And then you had social media and you had this extreme hypergamy, right? But that started, when that started? With like Facebook and Instagram and all that, right? So now men are adjusting and it's apathy. They didn't really adjust so much as they just changed, right? They haven't gotten the requisite stimuli from women over their over puberty, right? And young adult years, right? The early 20s. And now they can do other things, right? Now they're 30 and it's just like, maybe I'll go for a hike, right? Maybe I'll go, not even play softball because that's like a co-ed thing. There's like, I'll do something with my boys. But men the apathy is setting in generationally, and women don't know what to do about it because they're looking around like they really thought they could just, flip the switch and hey, men are going to show up in my 30s. Like, nah,
Well,
they
I
are
think
gone.
Karazin kind of alluded to this. She said it basically in this video. Like you not only did you break all the rules, you totally removed the rules from the whole game, and now nobody wants to play the game anymore. What did you think would happen?
Yeah, exactly. And now, listen, the only path forward for women really is to shut up and make the sandwich, because that's all men want, right?
Yep.
All they want is peace. All they want is a sandwich, right? The guys were like, yeah, I'd like a family, but putting up with you just to have access to sex isn't even worth it.
What?
And
know
not
what I
only
mean?
that, there's an economic reality too. Like just this, it's hard to like pay for everything, and then to pay for a woman who might take everything from you one day. Like that's asking for a lot
Yo,
now.
quick
Right,
question.
and they're showing up with debt.
Technically,
Right.
what is a family? I mean, if we only could think about what a family was pre city being pre cities being so-called normal setting for all people, a purpose of a family was to take over farmland, take care and cultivate crops and all that stuff. What we got misconstrued is, like, I think in the 1940s, where everybody trying to move their families to the damn big city. You try and fit 4 or 5 people into a house on the same block with another group with 4 or 5 other people with kids and all that stuff. And Lord forbid, y'all stayed in a tenement with the same formula with 5 people with about 2 parent household with 5 kids and each floor with each apartment. No, that's recipe for a damn disaster. So
well, I think what you're kind of alluding to is I mean, the family unit is still a thing that can exist in modern world, even relatively in the urban environment. But the urban environment creates all kind of pressures, right? But I think what's been removed is sort of like the idea that, like I was saying before, if men don't own their children, then that's kind of like removing a lot of inspiration. You know what I mean? Like the motivation to do shit. Because like if I know that all my labor is going to be taken from me and given to some woman who shack like she hate me or whatever, then what's the point of it all? Like, why have that family?
Hell, even the glory. Think about it. When dudes used to go to work and they took care of their so-called household, even when they died, it was the mother or the grandmother who got all the glory. Remember, it'd be like, I'm going to Big Mama house. Like, first of all, your grandma didn't work a goddamn day in her damn life to go ahead and try to get herself a damn house. If she didn't have that so-called snip-ass husband that y'all call y'all grandfather, y'all don't give respect to, you know what I'm saying? Y'all won't even have this damn house. So, again.
Well, I'll tell you what messed it up. And I learned this from hanging out over there in the Polygyny Bros. Forced monogamy, y'all. Forced monogamy removed the burden of performance on women. Whatever you want to call it, the feminism thing, or, a city-state moving into moving from the farmlands to the big city. But all this one man for one woman thing, eventually you got the government pushing monogamy, and at the same time, you got, women getting pushed, feminism, which means women always realize I can do better. I can, thinking I can do better. I can do better, which kind of like, push the average man out the game. So now, what is the average man to do? When he was promised, everybody going to get a house, white picket fence, and a wife, and it ain't happening no more.
Well, hold on. Forced monogamy, as you're framing it, forced monogamy literally built Western civilization. This is the point I was making on a previous panel to Nightish and them up there. Like the idea that women couldn't just do whatever they want and run off scot-free. You literally need that to build civilization.
But what eventually happens though, Hood, when if you can't have you.
No, we're going along fine. What eventually happens if you give women education and money? That's what happens. This is education, money, not forced monogamy.
Right.
Matter of fact, I don't even think it's forced monogamy. It's I don't even like that term, because the Industrial Revolution allowed men to be able to be productive and earn income in a much different way than they could in an agrarian society, right? You gotta like come up on the farm and do this and do all that. Yeah.
Right. So, and I was just about to go down the exact same tangent, Friedman, when you say you didn't like the term forced monogamy. It kind of bastardizes the reality of what was happening. It was a practical monogamy. meaning that as a woman, it was in your best interest to marry a decent guy who would work hard and build things for you. And it was in your best interest to be loyal to him. And as a community, it was sort of socially reinforced, right? It wasn't like, gun to your head, right? The only people that had a gun to their head is like shotgun weddings, like literally. So the idea of forced monogamy, it kind of overblows the reality of what it really was. Like, it was a practical situation. Like, if you want the best outcomes, both of us have to play a role, and the whole community has to kind of be on board with the individuals playing these roles. That's how you build civilization.
There's I like to add into the fray that I've been researching, and I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this.
If
But
you look at this,
but it is what.
One second, Bandit. 1 second, Bandit. Bandit after Trey. SKC Trey Bandit.
But it is what it is, man. It's like, okay, back in those days of I guess the monogamy and all that other stuff, and I guess we could just say early Americana. When the feminists were trying to make their move, there were a bunch of other women that fought against them, and they were called prudes, and all these other ad hominems and so forth. Those groups of women did exist. I don't think a lot of people ever talk about them, though.
They don't get written about, and they certainly don't become a part of your like middle school, high school history class, right? You learn about feminism and suffragettes and all that.
But there were leagues of them, and they wanted to stop the as they called them, the whores from gaining power in different things. So I mean, they existed.
True.
The last good women. Those were the last American virgins. Trey, you want to rebut something?
Yeah, about the forced monogamy. I know it's kind of a polarizing term, but like what you were saying, Hood, is whereas how that worked in society, how it was all good back then. Right now, we still got a large swath of men in society who think the way you describe and who want what you describe. Whereas the women, man, they're gone. That's gone. Like you said. I mean, Friedman said women have access to making money like men, working the same jobs as men, can go out here and sleep around like gigolos. So they're not going. They're not going to go back. The cat's out the bag. They're not going back to the way things were.
Bandit,
Listen, that's not up to them though. That's not up to them. If you treat women like men, they will beg to be treated like women again.
Freeman, who's going to do that? Who is going to enforce that?
I was gonna.
Not me.
That's what I was gonna get at.
Yeah, Bandit. Hold on, Bandit. Take the floor, please, Bandit.
Basically, in a nutshell, you three things you have to juggle right now. You have to juggle societal good, men and women. All right. So right now, it's just women and women have all the power. So the only way this gets fixed is either with men or the government. That's the only way this is going to get fixed.
So it's going to be men, Freeman, men.
Yeah.
The government, go ahead.
Because back in the day, you had life being balanced. You had social order. Everybody had responsibilities. Everybody had accountability. Everybody had their jobs, which gave them duty to society because everybody had defined roles of what to do. Now there's now there's no societal roles, so everybody's going. It's like a ship without a rudder. You're just drifting at sea. You have no idea what to do, and that's why you have the unaliving rate is so high. All the societal problems are all because of feminism. So, and you can see now with like what's going on mainstream media, no one's giving a crap about feminism anymore. It's dying. It's literally, you're watching the death throes of feminism. It's coming back. Like the way society used to be is coming back. It's just not coming to the speed that
I don't know if it will come back. I just know things are changing from what they are right now. But that being said, I want to play a little bit more of her video because we're not going to be up here long. I want to do this for about an hour, and then I kind of have to take a break.
This indirectly has the author admitting that women have lost their value in the eyes of men. They are no longer seeing us as the prize, and now they're filtering us out. But why on earth, why, oh, why would men ever want to filter women out?
Why?
Juice ain't worth the squeeze, yo.
I've heard that before. That's actually an old like manosphere saying. The juice just isn't worth the squeeze, and
Well,
that's an incredible position too. Because I made this point to somebody else on a different panel, but women kind of trade on being liked, being accepted just for being a woman. Like, and if a woman walks in a group, and if a woman walks in the room, like, you know, everybody's happy to see a woman walk in. If that changes, if that goes away from women, what does it actually mean for the average woman?
well, my bad, Hood. I'll adjust what I said. Juice ain't worth the squeeze. It is. But as a man, there's certain things you have to do that me and dirty folks always talk about that a lot of guys see as unethical. But they don't realize in about 15 years, that's what you're going to have to do. Like, we talk about, you know, building a harem. You know, what does Dirty say? You know, treat her like a toddler and don't even listen to her without clothes on. That is the path that men are going to have to go down if they truly want to be successful out here. Be abundant in their mindset. Get 2, 3, or 4 of them and just, you know, make them put the burden of performance on the woman or group of women you're with. And I know a lot of guys that hit some, you know, they got this puritanistic, you know, American thinking, but if they want to survive in the near future, it's what they're going to have to do.
So what you're trying to say is a lot of dudes is not gonna make it. That's what you're trying to say.
Just like history, bro. I mean, it sucks, but it's what it is.
I'm down with it. Again, as much as I wanted the so-called society to go back to a beautiful time, everybody want to talk about the 1950s. I want to say I want to go back to the 1980s. Well, if we could go back to such a beautiful time like the 1980s, yes, we're gonna have to stop listening to women with clothes on. We're gonna have to put them to work. Now, this is what I'm getting mad at with a lot of dudes in society, this current culture, especially in the black community. Y'all don't want these bitches to work. Y'all want to be such good men that y'all don't want these bitches to even want to lift a finger. And unfortunately, progress does not get done if both parties not truly involved. How the hell you gonna be out here breaking your back and she over here just sitting on the sideline talking about, see, if I was in the game, I would have did it like that.
I have a question, Mr. O.
Go ahead.
And I know that I am completely out of place because I'm not a relationship convo guy. But I'm just wondering, how do you not listen to women with clothes on if you're still wanting to sleep with them?
Easy. See, being a Chicago man, see, the term where it originally came from is the Chicago nigga. You got to understand these women
being a Chicago man. See that we know we about to hear a story.
Yeah, because I'm just wondering because I'm taking the phrase at its
face value,
at its innate value. I'm saying, okay, you in a conversation, hey, blah blah blah, I don't know. You come back to my place. She has to say something. Are you listening to
let me get it real quick. Let me get it. I can break it down to you.
Hold on, because I stepped all over Mr. O. Like he was saying something. Let him answer real quick. And
okay. The reason why. I don't know why Dirty has his reason. Where he came up with the phrase. I have my reason why I use it. See, in the beginning, that was a particular man by the name of Adam. He got sent down to a very, very, very bad sentence after he befall to a woman. Ironically, she didn't have no clothes on. So how dare you tell me to go ahead and listen to women with clothes on and still fail? Now I want the same treatment as Adam. Give me that naked chick so she could go and try and make me feel, but I won't, and we could all be happy. Is that simple?
Well, I'm with you on that too, Mr. O, but I'll expound on it, SKC. I know I said it first, and I don't know what Dirty's exact reasoning is. It's this. If a woman ain't got crazy, genuine burning desire, meaning she wants to hump your leg every 5 seconds, what the fuck are you listening for? What impact does she have on your life if that ain't the woman for you?
Not Adam was from Chicago, bro. Wow.
Yeah.
Adam was
I'm with it.
Ironically enough, Adam was a shot. You know, there's a whole field of a pseudo history that says the Garden of Eden was really in America. America was the real Atlantis. It all happened over here first.
Yeah.
Adam might
Yes,
really have
yes.
blend.
Yes, Turtle.
Black Adam was a Chi-Town nigga. That's all we say.
Yes.
Black Adam.
Judah, Utah was Judah. Hell yeah, hood, you want it? You want it today?
Yeah, yeah.
Look, I know a lot of things. I just don't talk about it because most of my audience don't want to hear that stuff.
So again, Adam was a Chicago nigga. He befell him to a naked chick, and I want the same treatment. You know what I'm saying? I want the same thing that Adam got, like the chick said she wanted the same thing the white girls got.
Oh, okay. I guess that answers my question.
You had to ask,
welcome.
bro. I hope you feel better now.
I don't know if that answered the question, though.
I hope you got everything you were looking for.
Questions. All right.
Well, SKC, this is the other Mr. O from Chicago, man. Let me give you the breakdown of how my brother so illustriously put it. Since he's a Chicago nigga, I'm a Chicago nigga too. Basically, you got to put the gun to the bitch throat, you know what I'm saying? Make her strip, then you can actually listen to what the fuck she got to say, you know what I'm saying, man? Yeah, I suggest the pistol, you know what I'm saying, with the switch on the side, you know what I mean? But if you got a Uzi or something like that with the gold trim, then you know what I'm saying, you can put that to her chest too. And you know, just make her strip. Once she stripped and she's scared, then you know you can listen to what she got to say. That's all I got, my brothers. Go ahead, y'all.
Tabernacle.
Can we get the real free zone response? Can paging the real free zone?
No. I like this guy. Let's keep this guy around a little bit longer.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Talk your ish.
All I gotta say is someone's
Bro
gotta
will
clip
handle
that.
it. Okay.
You gotta clip it.
Free Zone is gonna clip himself. That's what Free Zone gonna do.
Now that's meta. I just clipped me in the community. I run
He
the
called it
community
dark
tapes.
free
It's
zone.
just me.
Jesse Lee says dark free zone.
Yeah.
Hey, Free Zone, then make a hate video response to yourself, bro.
Oh,
Cook myself.
That's extra. I don't think it's ever been done before. Anyway, let's get back to this chick with her clothes on.
I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but the anger I get from making eye contact with a man is like so ridiculous sometimes.
Is elite being named.
I still do. He never replied.
She mentions a man named James on Raya, an invite-only dating app you don't just stumble into, because Raya is elite. They're full of celebrities, influencers, and men with a lot of options. And when she says, even fleeting connections matter when they're mutual and lit from the inside, that's a translation, in my opinion, that she was open to just a hookup.
This is a thing that a lot of guys maybe don't get, and it's weird. Like guys who are out there, they see this, but like, it doesn't matter what social stratum a lot of women come from. They're all women. They have the same urges and all that stuff. So if you catch them on the right moment, she going. And so like, even like with this lady here, like she professional lady in a professional world out there, you know, she writes articles for the New York Times.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about Crystal and Carrington. I'm talking about the lady who wrote the New York Times article, right? Who knows what that lady looks like? I'm just saying though, like
Crystal right here, my bad.
Professional, college educated, you're of a certain age, like. And I remember reading the article, like she said she literally been dating since like the 80s or some shit. I don't know. She's an older woman. But the point is though,
Jordan,
like
I've been dating since 1988.
sort of like that. Sort of like that, right?
Can I ask you a question?
But like
what is that? He just
what is the college educated? What does the college educated even do?
Well, that's kind of my point, though. It's like that's not a barrier of distinction in terms of like what they're capable of as a woman. Like you catch her on the right mode, and she might have a one-night stand with you. You never know.
Yes.
Yeah, I just look at it as this: what this lady is confirming with the date site, even what she's saying, and she's telling dudes straight up, you got to be in the top 20%. But women are talking, oh, we wish we could get men to stop cheating. They talking about men at the top. They ain't talking about everybody else. When old man say not people, they ain't talking about them dudes. Them dudes got to be
Yo,
waiting in the wing to like settle them and raise Aiden and like little Jaden, you know, and them other little bastards you got now.
women only care about the other 8% of men once they hit 40 and nobody's checking for them. That's when they care.
Yeah, that's the sad reality, isn't it?
This is
Yeah.
fascinating. It's fascinating.
No, that's the
She
truth though.
didn't even
Because
want to
they
put
be on
in
the
that
same
much
level by that
effort, and
time.
we know this because she said it herself. Sorry, honey, he's too busy picking off all the other women who want him. That's what's happening to women across the board, and that's only going to get worse. And the men at the top of the food chain have so many options that they can say to themselves, why close up shop when business is still so good? So if a man like James, who's likely inundated with attention, senses that someone like this woman is ready to just hook up without any effort on his part, the power dynamic has shifted immediately. He no longer sees her as a prize to be earned, but a free sample that you get at the front of the door.
Bro, I can't even lie.
Free
Look,
sample is crazy.
there, listen, man, there are older black women are like eye banging me now. And I'm that's not like I'm all fine or anything like that. I'm nothing to look at, but it's a little creepy, you know, to be honest.
Hey,
No,
I'm sorry, man. I'm like SKC. I like walking past them with Mrs. MVD. Like I just love walking past them with a with a white woman with an afro, and they just look with a blonde afro like that. They just look in disgust.
you're diabolical. I love it. I love it.
Now, Trey, I don't, and I'll be just full disclosure. I don't do so with malice or anything. You know, it's not that. It really is. I'm just minding my own business, and you know, things kind of occur, you know, from time to time. But
you do it the benevolent way. Oh, I
but
like
this
that.
but this past time, man, I was like I was telling Conservative, I was just out just by myself. I was just going to a restaurant downtown, and I'm just going doing my thing, and then this lady, she taps me on the shoulder, and she says this whole thing of, brother, can I talk to you for a second? I was like, what do you? I've been noticing something with black men, and you know, they don't even say hello to their sisters no more. They don't make eye contact. Like, you didn't make eye contact with me. I was like, well, you know, I'm married. You know, what's the point of that? And then she got into this whole thing about, you know, we got to stick together, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, the people trying to come between us, and I said, no, you know,
how old was she?
Full disclosure, you know,
how old was she?
She was, I think she was like late 20s, early 30s, something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn! I thought she'd be older than that, saying that.
And so I was just like, wow, you know, that's amazing. But then she got into some sort of, you know, all of that Umgawa Black Power stuff. You know, you got to stick together. And I just said
she's
a
fair swirler. She was a fair
SKC,
swirler.
nah, he hit her with the power of the One Ring. She couldn't stand up to it.
Oh well, no, I just said I was a coon.
One Ring.
Listen. You can't have 650,000 more married black men than black women, and you not see that in real life, right? I mean, I travel all across the country, dude. I can see it everywhere I go. If you go to the Strip in Nashville, you're gonna see it. You go to Atlanta, you're gonna see it, right? You go to freaking Los Angeles, definitely in California, you're gonna see it. Definitely in Texas.
Let's take a quick video interlude.
Min, I have a question. How do you feel about a woman approaching you first? Like, she's interested in you and she wants to get your number and everything. How do you feel about that?
She want a job, right? Like any other.
So I think I've got you narrowed down to one of these three groups, either the FBI, ATF, or IRS. Now, if you want to leave this basement, it's tell me which one you're working for. There is no way. I think that the NFA is completely unconstitutional. And I don't know why they would send you here over my Foley Auto. I've played these games before. I thought I used TurboTax. Even then, taxes are theft. How much of my search history do you actually have? Please don't cry. Federal agents don't look pretty when they cry.
Yeah, that male apathy thing. It's getting crazy, isn't it?
I just look at it like this, man. As long as she ain't a drag, and she fits the Latina terrorist, well, that's my only two options. Hey, you want to join a team? Just meet the requirements to join the team. That's it.
You know, they.
I want to talk. Oh, go ahead. See,
I was just gonna say, in real life, look, in real life, they have to see it, right? It's at a point where we know the data, but they are seeing it in real life. They're like, what is it? What is 94% approval for interracial relationships?
Yep.
Right? 94%. And just how many of us have a relative, right? Have a male relative who's never dated a black woman, or they're like, oh, I date all kinds, but they haven't dated a black woman in like 10 years.
Well, Freeman, I got a funny story, man. A little Facebook battle I had the other day. This black chick, she's married to a white dude, but lives in like an interracial neighborhood. She's kind of like a scrag type, and lucky enough to got a white boy. And she said in her neighborhood, it's a whole cul-de-sac full of brothers that are married to white women, and then other white families or whatever. And she said none of them speak to her. They'll speak to her husband, and they'll all give her the dirty look. Everyone in the neighborhood, but the black dudes married to white women are all loved in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Yes, bro. They know the harbingers of doom, right? They know that the harbingers of doom. Oh man, I'm gonna post
she
a
paid
video
the
on the back.
reverse toll. See, Keisha got paid a reverse toll. See,
Where
you
is
had
this
to live
clip, dude?
You got to live in a cul-de-sac with the black dudes that you supposed to been with, probably talk ish about for being with white women, but here you are with a Brad and probably in a messed up neighborhood as far as white folks concerned. Because how many times you gonna find a whole bunch of brothers married to white women in one cul-de-sac though? And now you gotta look at these niggas every damn day again. The praise and worship that you thought you was gonna get wrong. And on top of this, and I want to say this about Crystal Carrison. You want to talk about failed Oreo? You want to talk about a failed Oreo like the one that you found on the floor at the Oreo factory? This is her. This is her right here. She could have any dude, black, white, that she wanted, and she fumbled the bag. Ladies, do not end up like Crystal Carrison.
Let me ask you a question. Since you're going on Crystal Carrison, why do you think she dropped the girl who swirls and she's just a pink pill? Like she went from swirling to a more broadly woman-focused thing.
Because Brad probably got tired of her black ass and she had to come right back into Regularville.
It makes me wonder if her husband now is a black man.
Well, I think I don't know. This is a suspicion of mine, but I don't know. How do you engage in a long-term relationship, especially if you have children, and you're sitting up and you're talking about opposite race dynamics all the time?
Bro, SKC, you beat me to it, bro.
So it just doesn't seem very healthy. And at some point, the other spouse would be like, "Hey, what are you doing today?" "Oh, well, I got to do a show on it." It's like, like, why is this so important to you?
Keezy in the chat says she married an older white dude.
It doesn't really matter what she married. Is that when these women like log off that computer, the race stuff doesn't matter if they're in the house with Brad. Because I'm telling you, unless it's these extremists spurg out, white women pay the toll type of white boys, they don't want to hear it. They're just like these men realize that they can get any race, color, creed, planet from woman they can get. And when you as a woman, you come talking that race nonsense, if she with a real dude, he gonna shut it up. If you don't shut it up, he gonna send you back in. Because I'm sorry, fellas, the race shit is all made up. When you up here at the top, I'm sorry, guys, I gotta say it. I weaseled my way into that like top 15%, and this race shit does not matter. I can, when you up here, you can pull any bitch you want. Doesn't matter the color, where the fuck they from. They don't care. They just trying to get the resources. Unless they pass the point. When they pass that point of trying to get saved, that's when they care about the race shit. But the dudes are the ones out here beefing over this dumbass race shit. Dudes are down here arguing, doing all this. That was just a trick, another trick of monogamy, y'all.
Let me say, hold on, real quick. Let me say one thing, and then we're gonna get back to the video. We got like 75 people watching right now. Thank y'all for coming through. Hit that like button, like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for Trey opening the panel up with the $10 donation. But somebody throw $1 in the hat. What's going on, man?
I need that money.
We need somebody to support the show. All right, we need help. I need help. We need help. All right.
No more money for you. It's lazy. You lazy. You lazy. No more money for you.
Give me the money. Give me the money for I will do. Give me the money.
This woman is literally longing for the man who might stick around long enough for breakfast. Like that's some kind of victory. Ladies, is this what we're celebrating now? Is this the empowered woman we fought to become? Because I remember when feminism was about having options. It was about being seen as more than just a body in someone's bed. And now somehow we're
Has feminism fallen off into just doing hoe shit? Like they used to be about something and now they just like suck dick for bags of beans. I heard that's a real thing in Zimbabwe, by the way. The prostitutes was they in Zimbabwe, the prostitutes were literally accepting bags of beans as payment because got real in the field.
A big sack of that UN gruel.
Yeah, bro.
Wait.
Listen,
They
you
were
understand?
accepting what?
Beans are like the nature's superfood.
Wait. They were accepting what?
bag of
Bags
oats.
of beans, bro.
For what?
For
What?
prostitution.
Holy crap! And where was that?
Oh,
This was in Zimbabwe. Shaka says Venezuela. I know I read about it in Zimbabwe before, but like, yeah, bags of beans.
from the
Jesus.
$40 holla to the sack of oats holla.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Man, you know what? I mean, I know y'all. Anybody else military up here that like been around the world and seen this shit? Like the cats when I first came in, it was in Panama. They described like with glee what a box of Kentucky Fried Chicken will get you.
That shit remind me of
said
It
he
Man when
flying
he.
So for
That
some
shit
breast,
rem-
you need to touch some breast.
that sh-
That's what you trying to tell me. For some thighs, you go ahead, rub some thighs, and don't tell me what I can do with the legs.
Yeah, man.
That shit remind me of
Free
It
throw.
Man when he was prepared to fight like 10 motherfucking 10 people for a bag of rice and shit. Just 10? Give me 10.
Yeah.
Like, sir, we're just giving you a bag of rice. Like, just I want 10.
People don't know how rough it really gets out. We're American. And as Americans, we are blessed. And we live so far above the baseline human condition that we don't even understand what the baseline human condition really is. Like right now, I'm not even talking about historically. I mean right now. That bag of beans was going to save lives. You don't understand. That bag of beans, that made soup. They ate some paste the next day for breakfast, man. They had some dry beans in their pocket that they were saving for later in case shit got real. Like that bag of beans was everything. But Freeman's Journal, you got a video here you're trying to share with me. Let me drop this and pull up your video. What is this we got, Freeman? Freeman's Journal, you stepped away?
Hey, no, this is.
Oh, it's just a picture.
No. Hold on.
Just the caption alone.
This is for Trey's comment about the black woman in the interracial married neighborhood. Okay, they know, right? Everybody knows. Everybody knows
Let's
what
take
the
a look.
problem is.
See.
This is how they throw shade in the suburbs. This right here, you see this line of demarcation? That's the property line. You know how I know that? Because he made sure to cut that grass exactly straight on the property line. He ain't swerve an inch. He ain't even, he wasn't even offline for 2 seconds. That line is straight.
This is the same girl, by the way, same chick.
Oh yeah, I'm not cutting her grass either. I don't even want to take money.
What the fuck?
She ain't got no money. She got food stamps. Come on, bro.
The suburbs. Ghetto girl.
Ghetto girl in the suburbs.
Renting out a house.
Man, Section 8 pay for that.
That's
Come on,
her.
man.
That's her grandmama house. Her grandmama house. And she brought her little. There are other videos too, but I was just like, oh hell no. This is why they ain't talking to her.
You know, a long time, Freeman. I was having a conversation with somebody, and they were against HOAs. See, that is the reason right there why you need an HOA. You need.
Yeah, I get it. I would hate the idea of it, but I get the why.
You know, Freeman, a quick response, bro. I came home off the road a couple weeks ago, and I saw this a scrag military chick that moved in. My wife was like, yeah, she's a single mom. And first thing I see is she got a little tarantula head little nigga out there with his pants sagging down, probably like about 12 years old. And I was like, oh, hell, look at this chick and her son. It's time to move. And my wife is like, baby, that's her daughter. I was like, oh, hell no,
Just grateful if he doesn't kick us out before dawn and maybe he scrambles us an egg. That's not liberation.
Forever. This idea that vulnerability is a threat instead of an invitation has created a culture of hesitation. What's fallen, not yet fluent in what
role and get this straight.
in paradigms. Mourning what's fallen, not yet fluent in what comes next.
So let me get this straight. We dismantled every rule, every role, and every expectation, then stood back and said, now build intimacy, connection, and loyalty from scratch. What did you think was going to happen? You just cannot burn the map and then be shocked when everyone is looking around lost.
And shout out to Trader MBD with the $5 super chat because I'm crazy. Yeah. You still the homie though. Thank you for supporting the show, man. Hit that like button, y'all.
But Black Power starts with Black women. It just does.
I hit a woman for the first time in my life, and I'm having fun.
So far up our own behinds that we don't see that the joke is on us, because you better believe there are entities behind the scenes who are absolutely delighted about the genders hating each other and not forming bonds and us all just going at each other because it's just better to control you with. Dummy. Stupid. I want you to understand.
I thought they were supposed to be the most educated. They couldn't see that play coming.
Nah. Plus, if they were so educated, they'll be fine. You know, lean back on your skills, baby. You got this.
I don't know. It sounded to me like it ain't no gender war. It sounded like we mad because men ain't accepting like they used to.
I was looking for what's the name of that lady who wrote that book? Oh, it's called Men on Strike. That's what it was called.
Oh yeah, that's what's his name's wife. Guy who runs Instapundit blog, Helen Reynolds.
That lady, yeah.
I think that came out in 2013.
Because Alan Roger Curry, he wrote a book called The Beta Male Revolution. But this lady, Dr. Helen Smith, she actually kind of went around in the more mainstream circuits explaining exactly the same phenomenon.
Where is Mr. Right? Well, ladies, he may be hard to find because men are apparently going on strike, boycotting marriage, among many other things.
According to a recent study, the importance of marriage has gone up for the women up to 37% and down for men to 29%. Here to explain the trend is forensic psychologist and author of the controversial book Men on Strike. Dr. Helen Smith is here this morning. Doctor, nice to see you this morning.
Nice to see you. Thank you for having me on.
We were having a bit of a discussion about this last weekend.
I saw
on
that
the show, and the argument is what? That men simply are giving up hope on marriage because they're feeling beaten down?
No, I don't think they're giving up on hope on marriage. I think what they're doing is they're looking at it, the cost reward. Men look at things in terms of cost analysis, and the penalties for marriage are so high, and the rewards now are so low. First of all, there's legal costs of marriage. There are so many men now who are just saying, you know what, it's just not worth it to me. I'm going to be stuck paying the alimony. I'm going to be stuck paying for child support. And it's not just legal reasons. It's also psychological ones where men feel that basically they don't really have rights in marriage. Women hold all the cards now in reproduction and all kinds of things, and men don't.
Well, and so that is, she calls it, you know, Men on Strike. Alan Roger Curry, rest in peace. He called it the beta male revolution. And so the theory behind it in the beta male revolution term is that a lot of the men that women want sexually, you know, the select men, the alpha, that kind of, you know, 20% from the 80-20 rule, those men, you know, they maybe get some sexual access to those men. They might even have, you know, some semi-stable relationships for a while with some of those men. But in the long run, most of those guys aren't going to settle down for a long, long time. And most of those women will be left relatively alone. And typically, those women would have had other men waiting in the wings, you know, the beta orbiters, that they would have just been happy to have her finally give them a shot. And it's those men who are disappearing, right? The 20%, they are who they are. But the quiet, faceless millions of guys who women would pick as a second or third option, those are the guys that are backing out of the deal. They're the guys who are less likely to marry.
I love it, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? This always happen. You get what you get, and while the getting is good, but now again you got God, and you ain't got another spot to land on. That's a you problem. I mean, how do you mess up something you given at birth? Literally at birth, you willed it, used it. You even used it for evil. You feminists ganged up together, go ahead, coax weak ass men to go ahead and make these crazy laws that go ahead and handicap all men. And now look at us. Look at the whole culture. Look at the whole society. So good for them. Good for them.
I'll say this. And I said this on Bernard Riley's like 6 years ago, somewhere Obsidians. You know, cats are like wanted to attack me because I was, making fun of this fake, so-called black community. And I said back in the day, it was something. It was kind of real, in the 70s, 80s, growing up, because of just remnants of segregation and Jim Crow. Yeah, it used to be a thing. But what happened is the stepdad pipeline dried up. Now, there's nobody there to bail out little Daquan and little, Gloctavius. So these kids are running amok because, dudes like Shaq's dad ain't coming in there to save the day. And that's why we have what's going on with all these little mop heads and tarantula heads running around out here. There's no dude coming there with any kind of discipline. So, I mean, they get what they get.
It's all true. I mean, I agree with that completely. But it still doesn't absolve men of the responsibility to stop complaining about how the cards are against them and man up and become men, because you don't become a man until you assume responsibility.
What man would take such a raw deal? I don't consider that a man.
Well, it's not a raw deal. You derive deep satisfaction as a man by taking responsibility for other people. That's the only place you get deep satisfaction.
So men are supposed to take a really bad deal and sign their rights away, and you call that a good deal. Look, you would have...
Man, let her cook. Let her cook.
No, she gonna cook. She gonna cook. You got it. You got it, girl. You got it all.
What he just say?
You heard what he said. This is right around the time he stopped wearing the bow tie, though. So this is like Charlie Kirk version of him.
Yeah, Tucker had an arc too. His arc, he got a villain arc. It was dope.
All right, let her cook. Go ahead.
Tucker has a villain arc?
Little bit. I mean, he was just at like this RNC thing saying that the Epstein didn't kill himself. That's the villain arc for his level. He's a real professional guy.
Hood TPUSA.
TPUSA. Yeah, he was at the TPUSA event. He said on stage Epstein didn't kill him. Epstein didn't kill himself because Trump just he flushed the whole Epstein thing. So now we all got to wink and nod and act like he didn't traffic any children to anybody. And listen, if Epstein didn't do nothing, you gotta let Ghislaine out of jail. But I won't talk about that. Politics got me so hated right now.
He got the phone call, Hood. I walk away from that. Trump got that phone call.
Look. Fuentes is right, man. Shout out to Nick Fuentes. That's why I'm not like a graper or whatever. I don't follow him and all that, but I've never really been anti-Nick because boy been right. For a young kid that ain't supposed to know nothing, boy, that boy.
Can a nigga live? Can a nigga live? Please.
Understand economic rewards. You did well. That's good, and maybe you have a really good wife, but a lot of men don't feel that way.
But see, Doctor, here's where I get confused. And forgive me, I just went to a wedding last night, so I'm feeling all loved up.
Euphoric.
Very, because it was beautiful. And anytime that you do see a wedding, that the hope is renewed, and it does remind you of what's great about marriage. And so you act as though marriage is such a raw deal for men, but you do get companionship, and you get love, and you get a family. And I see men enjoying all of that and embracing all of that.
That's a different topic. Those are also things that you can get with a relationship. We're talking about the legal aspect of marriage. I'm talking about the political and the legal ramifications of.
Well, I can get that. You know, listen, for like $75 a week, I can get a chick to pretend to love me. It's just the same.
I can go see Freeman's Journal and cross over in the freaking TJ for that once a month.
I could go to an Asian massage parlor, you know what I'm saying, at least about 2 times or 3 times out the month and get the happy ending that I so desperately desire.
Happy ending. But I'm talking about on the tip that Hood is. You got a lot of young dudes, man, going to the AI joint. I was like, that's crazy, but whatever.
It's so cooked,
we
bro.
call that
They literally whip.
Oh, you never heard that before? I got tricking of the fourth kind. Have you ever heard it, Hood? Everybody.
I haven't even heard of the other 3 kinds, so the 4th kind got me out there. But the AI thing is crazy because women really are competing with AI girlfriends. But I think it's fair because low key, each one of us as a man. No, let me say pause because I know how niggas get. But each one of us as a man, we are all competing with a rose. And that's wild when you think about it. Like that shit got a battery. Huh? They probably plug that bitch into a USB. It's crazy. So yeah, you now you got to fight the AI girlfriends. Right?
But the rose don't screw in light bulbs, man. The rose don't change tires.
Man, she got 6 niggas in her inbox that'll do that, bro.
Yeah, they already got that covered. That shit probably gonna be covered on your next Alfred check.
I don't know. The average woman, man, is complaining about dudes not doing stuff for them, man.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, they are
the right dudes, bro.
No, I'm serious. Even the simp orators, man, are changing their strategy a little bit. They're not as freely to give their time away as they once were. Because the juice ain't worth the squeeze even for them.
Yeah, because
man, y'all, that's internet life, bro. You go out here in the streets. I'm just like Friedman. I travel the country, man. The simps will come out in force, man. You let a fat chick drop a freaking egg in Walmart, 20 dudes just come and running.
Yeah, but it's not like it was though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that it won't happen. I'm just saying the numbers are drying up, just like the stepdaddy numbers are drying up. It's the same thing. It's a lagging indicator, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because again, the simps. I'll go ahead. No, press play. Forget it.
Relationship. We're talking about the legal aspect of marriage. I'm talking about the political and the legal ramifications of marriage, where men aren't getting such a good deal there. And there are thousands of men across the country that I've spoken to and that will tell you differently. And the statistics are bearing that out. A lot of men, you think men need to man up, but to man up, you have to be getting something out of that relationship. What you're saying is that men are getting something just by having a woman. They're just
but here's the thing. They're allowed. The one thing I agree with you on is men are getting away with having children without marrying the woman.
They're not getting away with it. What's happening is a lot of women, number one, don't want them. The lower level women, what's happening is 40% of the women who are breadwinners, a lot of those lower level women are making $17,000 to $23,000. Those women use the government to pay for themselves. They don't want a man. So rather than some men are just opting.
Why hasn't a man written this book? Why hasn't a man written this book?
Because men can't speak up. I'm here to speak up because people will actually listen to a woman. It's really unfortunate. I want the next man, and I'm hoping by this book that next man is out there.
Shout out to Crystal and Karazin again. She got her man. She got her man. She look at her. She is comfortable up in that man's house doing videos. Like, girl, y'all need to stop. I don't know why y'all tripping. It's good over here.
Man, I just say this. Rational Male came out in what, 2012, 2013? The original. Like, everything she's saying came out then. Nobody trying to listen to dude. Beta Male Revolution came out, what, 2016? All before this chick said this shit.
Yeah, but that's in a book. If you like y'all ain't never heard that saying. If you don't want a nigga to know something, put it in a book. And look, and this ain't even a black thing, man. This is hey,
human thing, bro.
Yes.
Bro,
I
look.
was with feminism until it got to be the third and fourth wave, which just became a tsunami of absurdity and theories that don't even make sense, that became less about equality and more about something else.
Can you just say Bell Hooks and Kimberly Crenshaw? That's it.
What's the point of modern feminism?
There is no point.
There is dominance, supremacy. The Bell Hooks, Kimberly Crenshaw, and all the alike. They envisioned this type of reality.
Yeah, but like it's making the women miserable. It's ruining a lot of different things. Like there's no point to it though. The original thing did have a point, if you will. Like, although I disagree with it, it actually had a point. This is unchecked, like, it's the train running off the tracks and it's still going.
Yeah, look, does chaos have an end goal? That's what I want to ask you. Does chaos have an end goal? Just because they want supremacy does not mean they want to unleash their chaos. That was the unfortunate problem that weak men gave them power to. They gave them supremacy over chaos, and they thrive in it. They live
Well,
it.
I don't think it was the weak men that gave them the power. I think it was.
The strong men. Look, the strong
It was
men.
the elite men.
Yeah.
It was the thirsty men. The thirsty men. Well, excuse me, the elite men. The strong men
Back in
use
your
the
house to
thirsty
get on
men.
your microphone. You keep borging out every time you're trying to say something good.
Like, I'm in a truck just like you.
I'm home now. I did that shit earlier. I'm good.
I have a question, Hood, man, and I'm just I'm just heat checking. But okay, all of this AI, girlfriend, sex bot stuff, I guess all of the counter moves. Are there drawbacks?
Of course there are. There's always drawbacks.
Let me read Doc Thunder's comment to answer that briefly. This stuff is so bad that married men will soon be fielding offers from multiple women to be their second and third wife or side chick with the full knowledge and endorsement of their current wife. So drawbacks, SKC?
The Doc Thunder. I'm already here, bro. Life is spectacular.
Yeah, I'm talking about real drawbacks, because okay, a long time ago when I had those conversations with Sitlu and we would go back and forth about different things, and he would make it seem as though certain political persuasions had no drawback whatsoever. And I'm like, okay, you have to go and understand the Thomas Sowell thing. There are no perfect solutions. There are trade-offs. What are the negative trade-offs to all of this? Are guys going into this with their noses wide open, believing that it's nothing but blue skies from here?
I'm gonna answer you the way I answered earlier. I was earlier on Nightish on the channel on Nightish. I was on Nightish's panel, and there was some young lady, LA something, I forget her name, but she asked some kind of question, and I pointed it out to her. It's sort of like that scene, and because she didn't get it because she's a girl, but you guys will understand this immediately. And that scene from Avengers Endgame. Well, no, what was that? Infinity War, right? Where Thanos actually got the Soul Stone, and he saw like young Gamora, and she asked him, "Father, did you finally win?" And he said, "Yes." What did it cost you? Everything.
Everything.
And that's where we are now. Like the price of women's freedom is everything, apparently.
Hey, can you hear me now?
To prove that point, though.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, Trey, you got it.
Okay, I was gonna say this, man. Aaron Clary yesterday did a video early in the morning, and he basically stated this: everything women, overplayed their hand, and those elite people SKC was talking about. Man, this is the reset. God ain't gonna flood the earth this time. He ain't gonna melt everything. This right here is the reset. Like there is no coming back from this. This is the decline of this iteration of mankind. And it might take a bunch of generations, but there's no coming back. And I'm like this: enjoy the downfall. Exactly what Doc Thunder stated up there. All that monogamy stuff. That's what it ain't going back to that. So why not? If you that guy, why not get a couple, 2, 3, 4? Build your own little kingdom. Enjoy the decline.
Yeah, but the problem is though that the trade off with that, and look, this is coming from somebody that is not really unsatisfied with certain things, right? When it comes to the opposite sex, definitely have some of the same issues, but definitely not like the incel, if you will, right? But it's just like, I don't like the bad behavior. I don't like a bunch of stuff that's happening. I don't like a ton of stuff that's happening in here. And I'm saying all this stuff and think about videos I just watched, and I kind of lost my train of thought. But
what's the trade-off to what I'm describing, bro?
No, but I'm saying the trade-off though is one thing that's not happening is the old folks. you like Mr. O be talking about the boomers and Soda's hood.
And now the older Gen Xers too, you got to throw them into the mix, them too.
The boomers though, the boomers more so were the ones that didn't train the replacements. You know what I'm saying? And you have folks like Tim Dillon that make fun of them all the time, where they just point to their house. You know what I'm saying? Be like, oh, look at my house. I made this great investment. Be like, did you really make a great investment, or did you do something everybody else was doing? And you just copied that.
Pre-1990 when credit scores didn't exist.
Yeah, but I'm saying even in the 70s and 80s, you know what I'm saying, where these cats a house was like a quarter of the price it is now.
Yeah, because they got into a market before credit scores and all the other so-called then tape that you gotta go through to get a house.
Well, if that's the case, like what I'm describing and what Doc Thunder described in the chat with Isaiah 4:1, now's the time. Right now, what he described, what I'm saying, what I'm living, is getting it at Bitcoin when it was like $300.
Yeah, but what good is even Bitcoin if you know what I'm saying, we don't have the running water or infrastructure that we once did. That's like what I'm worried about.
I feel like y'all are crossing conversations. Are y'all talking about AI girlfriends, or y'all talking about multiple women? Like what? So we got lost.
These niggas talking about the apocalypse and some shit like that. They talking about cyberpunk. I don't know what they talking about, really.
All right, so this was gonna have to happen. See, the haves and the have-nots. See, a lot of dudes. Now y'all right. That Isaiah 4:1. A lot of dudes that is shot calling, that do have the bank that had the so-called swag, whatever the shit, the Riz, whatever the terms these assholes using now. He's gonna be the man with 5 to 10 women. Y'all gotta be more realistic. Them chicks gonna be thirsty. It's gonna be a 5 to 10 women per man. But the dudes that can't get that, they're gonna get the AI robots. So that's what's gonna be the interesting caveat to the situation.
Isn't that already happening now?
And then
I want to jump in. I want to make a quick announcement because I got to plug something. I've been dropping this link in the chat because we actually got to wrap this up in another 5 or 10 minutes because I need to get out of here. I want to get something to eat and take a little break because I got to make an appearance. We're doing I guess it's going to be a big panel here on Keep It 100's channel, and I'm dropping a link to this video right now. We're going to be going live on Keep It 100's channel about 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be Keep It 100, obviously, Ty City, General Tito, Doc Thunder, and Sir Tice, and then myself, obviously. Politics as usual coming up. about 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. So because of that, we're gonna wrap this up. Let me just get some last closing thoughts from you guys in the next 5 or 10 minutes, and we're gonna close the show out.
All right.
I'll be over
I
there.
guess I'll go.
I'll check it out, man. It's probably gonna be like an hour of y'all talking politics, and then another 2-3 hours of how you would tether. So it should be interesting. I have my popcorn.
We'll see.
That's what it always turns into.
I'm gonna try to stay out the fire lane, but you know how these things go.
Yeah, who's gonna say the right thing?
What is this conversation that's supposed to be about? Hood.
Well, broadly speaking, it's politics as usual. That's the title of it. So it should be political in nature, but beyond that, I can't really give you like a synopsis of anything. I have no idea what the questions will be, and obviously we're going to go in random directions at any point in the conversation. So, who knows? It should be interesting.
What do you anticipate?
I anticipate arguments over reparations and some disagreements over Black culture, and some anti-white resentments that we might clash over, because I don't really
always
share
going to
that
come
sentiment.
up. Yeah. It's like I would say it's somewhat manosphere-ish conversation. Black manosphere conversation that does not have some underpinning of the evil white man. Like, oh my God. I don't think that's possible.
You on it right now, bro. You on it right now. You got a whole panel of brothers.
Hey. We need a bingo card, right?
Oh yes, that's what we need.
You still black, right? You still black. You ain't white.
Oh shit! We gotta make a bingo card. Tether bingo.
Wait, hold.
You gotta have.
Hey, you just trying to appease the white man.
Hey, I'm gonna send you
bingo.
I'm gonna send.
His name, Mr. Charlie. Put some respect on Mr. Charlie's name.
Hey, SKC, and Freeman's and Hood. I'll send you I'll just send you a list of different words, and tell me if I'm going down the right, and I'll make a couple.
Hey, are you on the email, bro? Are you on the group email?
No.
I don't think he is in the email chain. We gotta get your email. We'll link you in the email chain. But I don't think. I think if you send out the emails and you randomize the order, that's effectively bingo.
Well, I want to make sure that I have like a good general list, and I can just throw it in a randomizer.
That's what I meant. Exactly like that. That's effectively bingo, right? Because if it comes up in order, then bam. But you know what? Somebody on Twitter, they be sharing some content with me, and I haven't had a chance to review this one thing. So let's all watch this together as a little bit of a closer.
Come about 313 dash.
No, not him. Somebody else. Like, I got a little network, man. I'm building a team, bro. I'm building a team.
Nigga,
Shout out to Dolomite.
You be on mine too, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Listen. We building a movement up here. Shout out to Dolomite. I think Dolomite he sent this out. Let's watch this real quick, and then we're gonna wrap this up.
Is Andrew banging? Hey. Deadbeat season, we still slanging. Men ain't shit, that's the anthem. Petty group chat with the tantrum show. Who you? Miss Andrew gang banging. Hey, deadbeat season, we still slanging. Men ain't shit, that's the anthem. What set you claim? Are you a misogynist? Who you? I don't chase dudes, I expose them. Hey, ghosted once, now we roasting. Text threads look like a court case. Who you? Screenshots in the group, no face. He cried in my DMs, boo-hoo. Said he different, like I ain't heard that too. Hey, we circle up, clap back steady. Nice guys fold when it get petty. Who you? Miss Andrew gang banging. Deadbeat season, we still slanging. Men ain't shit, that's the anthem. petty group chat with the tantrum show. Who you? Miss Andrew gang banging. Hey, deadbeat season, we still slanging. Men ain't shit, that's the anthem. Haha, what's that you claim? Are you a misogynist? Who you? Ghost block delete, that's our greed. Miss Andrew gang, we run these streets.
Yo, the imagery is crazy,
Bro.
man. AI is wild because
That
I'm pretty
beat-
sure
that
this is
beat
all
hot.
AI.
Hey, that beat was high. I was over here nodding my head and everything. I felt that. Damn, that was good. Did you say that was AI?
Yeah, this is pretty. I'm pretty sure this is AI, bro. The new wave, man. This is the new world. You gotta be unsure of everything right now. I assume everything's fake until a real person shows up.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? Whoever made that, they gonna have a #1 hit right there. I don't know how they gonna perform it, you know, in concert and shit like that. But they got a hit right here though, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
They do it like the Gorillas, man. They'll make a AI animated thing. They even
Yo,
got like 3D models.
I just learned they were fake, bro. I had no idea because I'm not into that. I just know of them, and I know they got that one video, but
What happened? That Clint Eastwood?
yeah, that's dope.
my
But I had
shit.
no idea that was like all fake. But hey,
Yeah,
man.
like it was like a bet between like music individuals. Like if
No,
it would
I've
actually
seen-
take off.
Well, I've seen the Gorillas in concert, man. It was in Austin last year. Dudes is like my age and shit now.
Get out. Anyway, listen. I just plugged the link in the chat. We're gonna like I said, we have an event later on this evening, politics as usual, hosted by Keep It 100. It's gonna be a large panel, big panel, Ty City, Doc Thunder, Sir Tice is gonna be there, Tito, the General is gonna be there, and tune in. We're wrapping this up. Thank you so much. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to Trader MBD for basically sponsoring the show and the panel today. And with that being said, thank you, gentlemen. I will catch y'all later. You guys have a great day.
Boys and girls, shut the fuck up!
Hey! Not nice.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
You need to leave? No, bitch.
Okay.
Oh,
Aspiring to be patriarchs like what white men have, that isn't freedom. That isn't going to help anybody. It's certainly not going to help black people.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.